Ladies and gents, it is day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival, and we kick things off with what is pretty much a lot of people's banker of the meeting, and it's mine as well. It's Envoi Allen to win the Ballymore Novices hurdle. Unbeaten, Gordon Elliott trained, Cheveley Park owned, last year's champion bumper winner. Every single box is ticked. Was my idea of potentially the champion hurdle winner, and if I had that much of a strong conviction, the fact the horse stays in Novices company, I've got to keep the faith. 5-4, and the fact that the horse isn't odds on is to me a little bit of a steal. This looks potentially one of the weaker Novices hurdle races as well. Everything points to an Envoi Allen success. I can't say it louder or clearer. I know it's boring. I know that we could try and find an angle, but what's the point when we already know the winner? The horse seems to be progressing from run to run. It still seems to have more to give. Acts around Cheltenham, is unbeaten at Cheltenham, is unbeaten full stop. Comes from a powerhouse stable. Envoi Allen is by far the biggest certainty of the Cheltenham Festival. Obviously, that means I've jinxed it. Just to be polite, I've got to obviously look at the remaining runners. We've got in second, the second favourite Sporting John. Not for me. Yes, it's done everything it's needed to do. You've got to respect a JP McManus horse. But again, it's done what he's had to do in a races that haven't been the best. If I had to think of one that was going to follow it up, especially if the rain came even more so, and it was soft or even getting towards the heavy side, it'd be the big breakaway. Bear in mind, we've also got the big getaway in this race, so be careful if you're backing either of them, just to make sure you write your bets out clearly. Colin Tizard's horse is obviously one for the future. Not particularly going to make a biggest or best, certainly the biggest, one of the best hurdlers, and a chasing career is more than likely to be where you're going to see the horse flourish. However, I feel that if you've got really heavy ground, this horse could be the one that chases Envoi Allen home. The remainder, such as Easy Work, perhaps a little bit overpriced. But for me, Envoi Allen to kickstart second day of the Cheltenham Festival with a win, and my personal banker of the entire 4-day meeting.